This presentation covers particle trapping in microfluidics applications. The team includes the members Crystal Pereira, Linh, Pham, and Terrence Cheng in fulfillment of the course requirements for ME, EE, and MATI 168 microfluidics at San Jose State University. Hydrodynamic trapping is the most common method of trapping particles today. By looking at figure A on the right, we can see that bulk fluid flows through straight channels, and particles in this fluid will go into narrow channels. This acts as a plug and increases the flow rate in the straight channels. Using the Hagen-Poiseuille flow equation for pressure difference in both path 1 and path 2, we can obtain the combined equation on the left. The volumetric flow rate of path 1 must be greater than the volumetric flow rate of path 2 in order for these traps to work. Figure B shows the release mechanism for these particles, and figure C shows the experimental setup.
One of the methods for particle trapping is the electrophoresis. It consists of capturing and releasing the target particle by manipulating the electropolarity. As you can see in the figure, the process of the particle manipulation includes the capture of the target particle in figure A to C. The controls of the target particle in the trap is shown in figure D to E. The release of the target particle in figure F to I, and the release of the rest of the particles in figure J. The advantage of this method is that it can target a single particle. However, the con is that it is not practical for cell trapping. Since the cells are typically dispersed in a water phase such as the cell culture medium, or PBS, phosphate or saline, dispersing cells in the silicon oil will decrease the survival rate of the cells.
One application is shown in removing unwanted debris in oil to prevent machine system failure. Channels are filled with liquid metal that act as electrodes and induce an electric field. By using the electrophoretic mobility equation, we can solve for the zeta potential of the particles in the silicon oil. By looking at figure A, you can see that the silicon oil is put in through the inlet and flows through the region shown by the red box. This area is zoomed in figure B to show the particle trapping zone.
Another method of trapping particles is through the use of inertial microfluidics, and the way this occurs is through the use of size-dependent lift and drag forces that result from the centrifugal acceleration that guides the particles into distinct streams. And one application that it can be used for is for a quick high output separation of different components in a multiplex system that can be used for diagnostic testing. And to your right, you see an example of this where researchers use this technique to separate different antibodies and cell types with it in solution by flowing it through a microfluidic channels, and achieved great success.
To summarize particle trapping methods, the hydrodynamic trapping method uses bulk fluid flow along straight channels and traps particles in narrowed regions. Dielectrophoretic trapping uses electromotive force, and the movement of dielectric objects is done by non-uniform electric field forces. Dielectric objects will not experience a force in a uniform electric field, unlike charged particles in electrophoresis. In inertial microfluidics, inertial lift and drag forces drive particles into different streams based on the Dean flow fractionation principle of size. Other methods, including acoustic particle trapping and magnetic particle trapping, also exist. To read more, you can look at our references.